All right, Algebra 1, we are on Lesson 5.3. We are dividing monomials into polynomials, monomial factors of polynomials. Can you divide polynomials, many terms, by monomials and find factors of polynomials? So the first thing we have to know is that a monomial has one term. A polynomial can be a monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc., etc. So let's look at example 1a. It's telling us to divide 5m plus 35 is all divided by 5. Now what we have to learn here is that this 5 has to go into this 5m, and this 5 also has to go into this 35. So I split it up down here to show 5m divided by 5 plus 35 divided by 5, because it has to go into each. 5 and 5 cancel out to just give me m, and 35 and 5 divide to give me 7. Let's look at another one. 16y minus 12 divided by 2. So remember, we need to take this 2 and we need to bring it into the 16y and take this 2 and divide it into the 12. 16y divided by 2 minus 12 divided by 2. Well, 16 divided by 2 is 8y, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. As you could see, these are going to get a lot harder. So let's go ahead and look at this one. This 7p has to go into this 28pq, and this 7p has to go into this 35p. I'm going to write this separately so you could see it. 28pq over 7p minus 35p over 7p. Let's reduce. 7 and 28 can reduce by 4. P and P cancel out, so I get 4Q. Keep the minus sign. 7 and 35 reduce to be 5. P and P cancel out. So it looks like my answer is 4Q minus 5. Another tough one. I'm going to see if you could do this one. We're taking this negative 2x and we are bringing it into 4x to the 5th, negative 24x cubed y, and 10x squared y squared. So I'm going to do this one without writing it out. Negative 2x squared goes into 4x to the 5th. It does go in negative 2x cubed. Negative goes into negative. Negative 2 goes into negative 24, positive 12. Well, notice here I'll have one x left over and that y will be left over. I'm going to erase this so we can see. Sorry. And the next one, negative 2 goes into 10, negative 5 times. The x squares will cancel out and we get y squared. Great job. Let's move on to the second half of this. The second half is finding the GCF, and this is called factoring using the GCF. Now, this is the opposite of the distributive property. We have done this already. We are factoring 15m squared minus 9. Well, what is the GCF between 15 and 9? Good, 3. So all I can do is take out that 3 and write the binomial that I have left over. Well, if I take 3 out of 15, I have 5, and the m squared just stands alone, and 3 out of 9. So this will be the answer, 3 times 5m squared minus 3. Now the nice thing about these is I can always go ahead and check. I can take 3 times 5m squared and I get 15m squared. And 3 times -3 and I get -9. But look at the next one, it's a little harder. I have 28, -12, and 20. I think only a 4 can come out of all of those. And I have a to the 5th, a to the 3rd, and a squared. And I can take out 2, because I can take out the least. Remember the greatest common factor, I could take out the least. So now I have to write what's left over. And I just write my signs so I don't have to deal with them. 4 out of 28 is 7. A squared out of a to the 5th, well, I'll have 3 left over. 4 out of -12 is 3. A squared out of a cubed is a. 4 out of 20 is 5. And the a squares will cancel out. So I'm going to move my little end parenthesis here. All right, let's try one more. This one's crazy. 15x cubed y squared z minus 20x squared y z squared. What do you guys think the GCF is here? For the number, it is going to be the number 5. I can take a 5 out. I have 3 and 2, so I could take out 2 x's. I have 2 and 1, I can take out 1 y. And z squared, I could take out 1 z. Again, I have to go ahead and write down what I have left over. I'm just going to take that minus sign and put it right in the middle. 5 out of 15 is 3. X squared out of x cubed will have 1x left over. Y out of y squared will have 1y left over. 5 out of -20 is -4. The x squares and the y's will cancel out, and it looks like I just have a z. This is called factoring using the GCF. So we are going to build upon some notes. So let's go ahead and take a note on factoring. The first thing that we always want to do is factor out the GCF. From here, we're going to build like crazy. So great job on today's lesson. I'm proud of you.